everybody and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Now this is why it's going to be a controversial one. I know that I know that a lot, but this is why I think Cristiano Ronaldo should leave Manchester United. This is my opinion why. Now Cristiano Ronaldo is 37 years old. He's a veteran of the game. He's one of the best players the world's ever seen. And even though he was Manchester United's Player of the Year last year and dragged us through mud, he should leave, in my opinion. Now, even though it's a controversial one with what I'm going to say about Ronaldo, but something for starters isn't right between him and Ten Hag, because when you think about it, it's been 4 games now since the Premier League started, and Ronaldo hasn't started once. So something must be going on behind the scenes where Ten Hag either doesn't like Ronaldo isn't working with the system, or Ronaldo just, I don't know, just isn't cut out for the system. So when you think about it, that's a main first goal, considering that you're the most played player at our club is not being picked. Now, I know you've got the likes of Harry Maguire, who's 80 million and on, but I think it's... No, he's on 189 grand a week, Maguire is. He had a pay cut. He was on 200 grand last season, but there was some pay cut where I think some players got 5% pay cut depending on the performance last season. But anyway, Harry Maguire is on 189 grand a week, but he's on our bench. But Maguire's crap, right? Maguire is not Ronaldo. So considering Ronaldo is on 500,000 a week, is just a crazy amount of money. His annual salary is just under 27 million a year. It's exactly, if you want to know, 26.8 million a year. That is what Cristiano Ronaldo is on. And right now, he's doing naff all for us. Okay? But anyway, we'll get into my notes. But, like I said, with Cristiano Ronaldo, it's just very annoying. Because when you think about it, like I said, he was our Player of the Year last year, and Ronaldo is the most popular sportsman in the world. He's the most followed on social media. He gets followed by so many celebrities, fans, etc. Now, he's got a lot of haters as well, but that's just out of pure jealousy, and you know where jealousy comes from. But anyway, with Ronaldo, I just want to talk about how is he worth being at Manchester United as a whole. Because when you think about it, is Ronaldo, for starters, consistent enough? Because I'm looking at Erling Haaland right now, who's already scored 6 goals for Man City. Now, I know he's starting, but I don't remember Ronaldo hitting it off last season. Even though he was our Player of the Year and scored 18 goals in a crap United side, he hasn't hit it off like Haaland has. Now, I know Haaland's in a completely different system and Haaland's being coached really, really well. Ronaldo Haaland's 22 and Ronaldo's 37. So there's a 15-year age gap between them. But Ronaldo was brought in to score goals. Actually, no. This is the question. Let me know your thoughts on this question. This is a question to the audience. Is that, do you think Ronaldo was brought in for financial reasons or footballing reasons? For me, it was financial reasons, because Man City were going to get him last season, and well, that's the whole story. Ronaldo was supposed to be going to Man City, but United swooped in, Fergie convinced him, that's the whole story, and the Glazers bought him from Juventus. So personally, I thought it was a marketing, financial decision. It wasn't a footballing decision whatsoever, and that's just my opinion on that as a whole. So let me know your opinion, because was Ronaldo actually worth the money we paid him last season for what he did? And could it have been spent better? Could it have... did it work, etc.? Because we didn't get top 4, but that's also not just due to Ronaldo, that's due to the whole players, because the entire team down tools after Ollie got sacked. And I think they were even down in tools before Ollie got sacked, because there was still rumours coming out of the dressing room, players unhappy, etc. And we all know that Ronaldo didn't take a liking to Rangnick. Rangnick didn't take a liking to Ronaldo. and it caused some issues on the training ground. But anyway, with Ronaldo, I just don't see him fitting in a Ten Hag system. He isn't pressing enough, and I personally think he seems to want it like he's playing for Man City, where the other 9 outfield players do all the work for him, and then he waits above the halfway line to the edge of the box, gets a ball and scores. He doesn't, in a pressing Ten Hag system, that's not what you want. And now, I watched Rashford against Southampton. He was in a graveyard shift. Did absolute naff all. And that's the way Ronaldo's being portrayed right now. Because with Ronaldo, he's been in a graveyard shift for God knows how long. When he's come on in the second half, he just hasn't done anything. He's not scored yet. So, when you're bringing on a striker like Ronaldo, you expect him to score, no matter who you're against. So, I'm hoping he does play against Leicester, but I don't know. When does the transfer window end? I think it's either Wednesday night or Thursday night. So it either ends before the Leicester game or after the Leicester game. So if Ronaldo's going to leave, then will he play on Thursday? That's the big question. Will Ten Hag go for Rashford up front again? Because we've got links that Antoinette is going to be in the Leicester squad. I'll get that tweet up for you in a minute, but I want to talk about Ronaldo first, so I don't go off track. But Ronaldo, he's got links. He's got 2 links, okay? He's got 2 links to leave the club. He's got Sporting Lisbon and he's got Napoli. So I'll talk about Sporting Lisbon for a moment, okay? Sporting Lisbon, that's who United bought him off originally in 2003. That's originally where Ronaldo came from. Now, would he want to go back to his boyhood club? Who knows? But I know for a fact that unless Ronaldo wants to take a huge pay cut, will he actually go? And I know Sporting Lisbon have got Champions League football, but at the end of the day, Ronaldo, are you taking that massive pay cut to play in the Champions League? Now, the more signing I think makes sense if he does leave is Napoli. Now, Napoli are a very solid team in the Serie A. They have been in Europe 5 times in the last 6 seasons, and 4 of them times they were in Europe was the Champions League. So they're a very good team. They're between 6th and top 4 constant, okay? So, I mean, not constant because they've hit it 4 times. They've had just an off-season where they came 5th. And then they came 7th, which was, I think, in 2019 season. 2018 to 2019 season, I think it was. But yeah. Napoli are a very decent Champions League side. They're quite consistent in the Champions League. They normally make it to about the group of 16. The round of 32, sorry, not 16, round of 32. And yeah, they normally lose the Champions League relatively early, but would Ronaldo help them in that situation? That's what our question is, because I think when Ronaldo was at Juventus, it did suit him a lot because it's Ronaldo. He can adapt quickly to the slower league, like the Serie A. That's why Pogba and Lukaku, I personally think, are going to do really well in the Serie A this season. I mean, I know Lukaku scored in less than 2 minutes in his debut for Inter Milan while he's on loan there. But again, will Napoli ruin their wage structure? Their biggest paid player is Insigne, who's currently on 140,000 a week. It used to be Koulibaly, who was on 183k a week, but as we know, he's gone to Chelsea. So 140,000 a week is a lot in the Serie A when you think about it, because they're not as They're not as famous, should I say. They're not as famous as the Premier League. The Premier League gets much more attention. It's the best league in the world now, and Serie A just doesn't get enough attention as it is a really big league. But Ronaldo is on 515,000 a week. He's on over 500,000 a week. Now, for a player that doesn't seem to be adapting to the manager's new system, spitting his dummy out and like threatening to expose the media, which he has every right to, because the media have been on Ronaldo's back since day one. They've been sharpening their knives, and every time Ronaldo messes up or doesn't score, they just poke him in the back a little bit with that sharp blade. Now, I do feel sorry for Ronaldo when it comes to the media, because he doesn't deserve all the hate that he gets. A lot of other foreign players, as I see for myself anyway, that a lot of foreign players at Manchester United get more slander than the British players. It happened with Paul Pogba throughout his career at Manchester United. Even though he wasn't a very successful career, Paul Pogba could misplace a pass and get absolutely slanders for it. But it would take a lot, like Marcus Rashford, for example, to actually get talked about in the media. But because he does his charity and stuff like that, he doesn't get talked about because he's seen as such a great guy. So with Ronaldo, in that aspect, I do feel sorry for. But like I said, this is an opinion on why I think Ronaldo should go. Even though he's a senior member of the team, he just seems out of place and he's just out of place. And I just don't think he's right for Manchester United anymore. And it's sad to say that out loud, because I was born just before Ronaldo joined Manchester. No, I was born just after Ronaldo joined Manchester United. Okay, and growing up on watching Ronaldo versus Messi in La Liga, and obviously watching him in when he played for Juventus, and then when he came back to United last season, I was so happy, because I remember when I went to the Old Trafford game when we played Juventus in the Champions League under Jose Mourinho, and I remember watching Lukaku run out the toilets late after half time. But me and my granddad stayed till the very end and clapped Ronaldo off that field, even though he was on the opposite team. And my granddad said to me, this will probably be the last time you'll ever see Cristiano Ronaldo at Old Trafford. And then when I saw him join United last season, I was thrilled, because I got to see the player that I never really got to see growing up. I hear all the stories about how great he was in the 08 team and how he was amazing under Fergie, etc. And I'm jealous about hearing them stories, because I never got to watch them live for myself. I always watch the YouTube clips of Ronaldo doing all his step overs and stuff like that. He was world class at Manchester United. I know he won his first Ballon d'Or at United in 2008, but we all know that even though he won a Ballon d'Or at Manchester United, his real career was at Real Madrid. So he is, to me, he is still the best player who's ever lived. But I will say that because I've not first-handly seen it, but I know the stories and I've seen the clips of what he did for our club. Him, Tevez and Rooney were probably one of the greatest front three United will probably ever have. Now, and that's a big statement. But like I said, it just pains me to say that I want Ronaldo to leave. But for the money he's on and for the drama and toxicity he brings, it isn't worth him being at United anymore. Now, Napoli have a striker called Victor Osimhen, or Victor Osimhen, however you pronounce it. He's a Nigerian striker who's 23 or 24, and he's a very mobility type striker. He reminds me of a lot of Martial, just miles less injury prone. And I think him and Martial would be very good together. You could even create a front two of them two, but he's very fast. He was Serie A's Player of the Month twice last season. And that's the only deal that I'd be happy with if Ronaldo leaves. I want Ronaldo to leave because, like I said, he just, for what he's currently bringing at Manchester United, it isn't worth the money. It isn't worth the hassle. And I just think that once Ronaldo goes, you'll see a different United overnight. And even though United aren't a football club and we're miles off challenging for the league, it's a step back to gain 2 steps forward, in my opinion, because we can't hang on to Ronaldo forever. We need to stop buying veteran players. And as much as Ronaldo helped us last season, it's time to go, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll get on to some more news. Let me get the notes. So, like I said, with Victor Osimhen, it's the only deal that I'd want to do. I'd like Victor. I'm just going to call him Victor because I don't want to keep saying his name wrong. I'd like Victor at United because, like I said, he's a very mobility type of striker, and he cost Napoli a lot of money. But if Napoli did want Ronaldo, United could get a huge discount on Victor Osimhen. I'm going to call him Victor Osimhen. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But anyway, I'm going to talk about Ronaldo now. Talk about the news, like I said. But Antony is finally in Manchester. He's doing his medical as we speak. He's, like I said before, he's supposed to be in the squad for the Leicester game. I don't think he'll start, considering he was on strike for while he was at Ajax. Now, I'm going to make a full video on Antony later this week and talking about my opinion on him, the price tag, etc. But I am happy with this signing. I just think it's massively overpriced, but I'm going to go into more detail of that later this week. Dubravka, also a signing that's been announced today. A loan deal with an option to buy a 5 million in this season. I think for a backup goalkeeper, it's a very class move. Now, people were saying you've got Newcastle's backup goalkeeper on loan. United really don't do loans, and it's embarrassing and stuff like that. Personally, I don't think so, because I think that with Europe coming, I just think that De Gea deserves a rest, and I just don't think Tom Heaton is good enough to be our number 2. But that's just my opinion. So I think Dubravka, considering he was ties with what's Newcastle's other goalkeeper called? It's not Nick Pope, because they've just signed him. Who was it? I don't know, but I know that Dubravka was a crucial player for Newcastle last season. So now he's been moved to the bench from Nick Pope. I just think that Nick Pope will just stay at Newcastle as the number 1 and he won't get dropped. So I feel like Ten Hag will rotate goalkeeper when it's like Europe and stuff like that. But I think Dubravka's way better than Heaton, and I just think that he's not good enough to be a first-team goalkeeper, so I think he's a class number 2, is just what I'm trying to say in short terms. But also in the news, Hannibal Mabry is joining Birmingham City on loan. Now, I'm really happy with this deal, and also with Ethan Laird. Ethan Laird joined QPR a few weeks ago, but Hannibal Mabry was a player I wanted to see go out on loan this season, because I think him, Zidane Iqbal, and Garner, I know Garner's not on loan anymore, but Garner, Iqbal, and Mabry, I just think are United's really upcoming talent, and I can't wait to see them learn the trade. So I'm looking forward to Ethan Laird at QPR. I'm going to tune into a few games this season. So let me know if you want me to give short reviews. I might start a loan watch series where I talk about players and how they played, the performance, etc. But yeah, Hannibal Mabry as well as Ethan Laird, I'm really happy that they're going out on loan and learning their trade like Garner did last season. And last, speaking of Birmingham City, they're looking at signing Tahith Chong on a permanent deal. Now, that fee hasn't been disclosed yet, but I think Chong needs to go now. He's 22, 23. So he's just wasn't exciting enough, and this is what I'm worried about Elanga, that the age will catch up with him and he just stays a bang average player. But like I said, I'd be happy to see Chong go. We won't get a lot for him. I'm gonna guess it's between 3 to 8 million. It'll be under 10 million, that's for sure. And if it's over 10 million, United have scammed Birmingham City. And if you want to actually sell the player, you'll just accept whatever you get, to be honest, because he's not going to play under Ten Hag. There's too many players out in front of him. Now, I know we're short up top, but even Chong doesn't get into that squad. I think Garnacho gets in front of him. So this was just today's video, talking about mainly Cristiano Ronaldo and also a bit of transfer news at the end. Let me know if you want to hear a bit more transfer news at the end of every video, because I just like to hear the public's opinion. So you've got quite a few questions today to let me know, so please be in the comments. But anyway, please like, subscribe, share, comment, because I love interacting with the comments and hearing different opinions, etc. It really helps me grow as a person, as a United fan, because maybe I get to see something that maybe I didn't get to see something that yous do. So that's why I like interacting with the comments so much. But anyway, thank you for watching today's video. Let me know your thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo, the loan deals, the deals coming in with Anthony and stuff. But mainly save your opinions for Anthony for the Anthony video later this week. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.